Salutations and greetings. My name is Marge. Welcome to my tube. You can call me Margie. I'm a Hailka, Vice Clown. I'm a little late today getting this out. It's kind of a rough night. I feel like an ass sandwich. I did not sleep good. It's just the energies are so weird. They're just like, they're weird. You just gotta allow. That's the only word I know right now. You just gotta allow for stuff. Even my girl Luna, she got up in the middle of the night and needed to go outside, and so I let her out. And that's not common that she barks in the middle of the night. So I always listen when the animals tell me. Because they are way more sensitive. As sensitive as I am to energy, they are more so. Their senses are a lot better than mine. So I went outside and in the backyard, and I get to see Saturn. Where's Mars? The red one, Saturn. God. I have a very, very bad headache too. I feel like it, and I also know that it is my crown chakra. My crown chakra is like, here's a skillet, and here's the egg, and crack. That's what it feels like today, and I know that because it's around of where the headaches are sequestered to, or different headaches mean different energies. I listen to my body, and just like I listen to my dog who tells me that something's outside, and I went and looked, and it was weird. There was a door that was open someplace that was creaking. It was a squeaky hinge, or the wood at the top rubbing, making a squeak. And I was out there and I was like, what is that? Because I know what everything is in my surroundings. So I'm like, what could, from the direction of what it's coming from, there's a garage over there. Somebody probably left a door open. But it was funny because people can fucking freak themselves out with telling them, you know, oh my God, it's the boogeyman. It's not the boogeyman, you just told yourself it was. So now in your mind it is, because we create our own realities. Now you have put yourself in a vibrational fear, and now things that you're going to be afraid will be drawn to that vibrational frequency, because quantum attraction designates lights attracts like. That's why I don't ever pray for patience. Do not pray for patience, because the universe will give you example after example after example of how to learn to be patient. We get what we ask for. The wording is funny. Sometimes the universe has a sense of humor. I'm going to talk about some heavy content in this video today. So if you'd like to step out of the room, if this is going to make you uncomfortable, now's to do that, because it's about sexual abuse. It's my own personal story. It won't take much time. And then I'll get on to something better. Because now is the time where a lot of people, not just women, men too. Control is control. Men can be sexually abused just by women wanting money from them and acting like they like them. That's no different than what the gross control thing that man can do. It's a vibration. The outcome and how it manifests is up to the person and how creative or gross they get. So my story started, I'll just say from this point on, I've learned to make an amends when I'm wrong. I'm really good at it. The unfortunate part is I keep making mistakes that I have to make amends. The hardest lessons are those that don't let me make them. Because I just know there's a loose end out there, and I don't like those. So, in my amends, the whole point of the story I'm going to preface with this: how people see us has more to do with them than us, and here is the proof. Here's the pudding. People told me I wasn't a good sister for this reason and that, and some things I agreed in, and some things are that. our dynamics are different and people don't understand that, so how people that I'm related to relate to each other are different. So they tried to get me to act like the people that I were dealing with were like everyone else, and that wasn't the case either, so it didn't fit. It was like those toys where you put the yellow pieces, the star. You can't put the star in the circle. But I tried real hard. So, in part of my living amends, I have an older brother. We are estranged. Because he's strange to me, and I am really strange to him. So, I gotta let bitch in. Hold on, I'll be right back. And he didn't even want out after all that. I hope my bottom wasn't out. I messed it up. I tried to pull up my drone anyway. So part of my living amends to him was to drive. When I lived in Omaha, he came out for a visit for I got my 1-year check. And I just drove him out to Dixon, Illinois. It's where this dude is like, when we were a kid, we used to watch Alex P. Keaton, Family Ties. And that's why my brother is so much like him. But he was a real big fan of Ronald Reagan. So I drove him out to Ronald Reagan's birthplace. Oh God, it was like a round trip. I think it was a 10-hour drive. It ain't fun to drive in Iowa. It's not just fun. No, it is. I take it back. I just remember a lot of corn. But I lived in Nebraska, but it wasn't new. But the conversation, it threw me for a loop, is what it did. So maybe it was probably more of the vibration of the conversation than the scenery. So what I told him was, I said I did the best I could with the tools that I had, and there were deficits in some areas. In some areas, I'll do better. And he said, when we were 3, we were on a school bus. You and me and some older kids. They did things to you. They molested you. They touched you. I never told. You tried to tell people. Who's gonna believe you? So because I felt guilty for not, because I never had the big brother that sticked up to bullies. That's why I'm such a little scrapper, because I fight myself. I don't care how big you are. I'll give it a go. So, he told me I always felt guilty because I never said anything. That's why I always treated you so badly in your life. Well, that's nice to know. When people say it's not about you, sometimes it's not, but sometimes it is. The whole point is it doesn't really matter. It's because we define who we are. I am the best person that I know. And it's too bad that we live in a society that that's the case. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm just saying I haven't met them in real life, and I'm ready to. I got a message to share to a lot of people of strength and hope. I trigger people. It's what I do. I say things that people don't want to hear, but they know it has to be said, because not saying things is what got us here, and it's a big old time for evolution. So I'm going to stop right there because I got to let Benny out, as you can tell. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.